I'll tell you one thing, that
Hey,
dude is sick.
when my girls start to trip and hate before I skate, I call Sirius XM 98. Yeah, Thursdays at Foxxhole 7 to 9 to talk to ZoWilliams before I lose my mind. Yo, I need advice on my relationship, cause I'm about to start breaking. I can't take it no more. I got to holler at Zoe, the relationship pro. Before I pack up and go, I got my foot out the door and down for leaving. But first, let me holler at Zoe, the voice of reason. I got one foot out the door and down for leaving. But first, let me holler at Zoe, the voice of reason.
And gentlemen, Zomethius Rising, the voice of reason, is in the building, ready to go deeper. Know-Homo, pause. What is all of that about? Oh my God, if you're in your vehicle, I need you to pull over. I need you to get to your cell phone. I need you to get to your website. I need you to do something to connect with me tonight. We have an incredible topic. 855-369-9898. That's the number to dial. 855-369-9898 or 855-FOX-9898. You got to follow me. You got to email me. Email me at zo@SiriusXM.com. That's zo@SiriusXM.com. Follow me on Twitter. I need all of your responses. I need your opinion tonight. We have a great topic. Tonight's topic, Know-Homo. A comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood of the, and this is crazy because it is misunderstood aspect of the human condition, homosexuality. This is a tough topic. Know-Homo. And I spelled it K-N-O-W, homo. Because what dispels ignorance? Knowledge. And a lot of times when we're afraid of something, when we don't understand something, we react violently, right? You heard about his name was Jamie Rodemeyer. Young kid, killed himself because he was bullied incessantly at school. He was a freshman, 14 years old, killed himself. Just recently, because he was bullied because of his homosexuality, because of his gender. I'm just saying, when we don't understand something, humans have a tendency to lash out ignorantly. We're going to cover every aspect of homosexuality. Is it nature or nurture? Did God create it? Is it a choice? Is it deterministic? We're going to cover it all. Know-Homo, a comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood aspect of the human condition, homosexuality. On the next, ZoWilliams, voice of reason. That's what we're doing. I'm about to take a quick break. Get to your phone lines, 855-369-9898. Tweet me all of your information at ZoWilliams. Go to my website, Zomethius. ZoWilliams.com, ZoWilliams.com. We're going to get it cracking. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Oh, my God. What record is that? Yo, ladies and gentlemen, Zomethius Rising, the voice of reason, has returned to the Foxxhole with another heater. 855-369-9898. I need your opinion. This is how this show rolls, man. I'm tired of telling you guys what it is. Why don't you guys tell me what it is? I just want to know, man. Tonight's topic, Know-Homo, K-N-O-W. Somebody told me we don't need to understand homosexuality. I want to know. Why is it such a big social stigma? I mean, it's just crazy. You know how I do. I got questions. Tonight's topic, once again, is Know-Homo, a comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood aspect of the human condition, homosexuality. That's what we're doing tonight on The Voice of Reason. I need you to go to my website, though, www.ZoWilliams.com. That's www.ZoWilliams.com. Get to my website. Go there. Check out my book listing. Check out my personal book, which is, I guess, is on sale there. Check out everything I do. Also, I need you guys to go and get, because they're available now, ZoWilliams Go Deeper t-shirts. I need you guys to go get one. Go to tinyurl, that's tinyurl.com/Zo Go Deeper t-shirts. And that's T, not T-E-E, just T. Zo Go Deeper t-shirts. That's tinyurl.com/Zo Go Deeper t-shirts. Know-Homo is tonight's topic. This is what I want to do. I want to ask questions. You know how I do. Every show I start out with these questions, man, to see What in the hell is going on in our culture, in our society? What are we doing? Do you believe that those who are gay, lesbian, they challenge traditional gender roles and are among the most likely to be targeted and bullied? Those who are homosexual and gay, or homosexual, lesbian, or whatever, are they more likely to be targeted, to be bullied at school? Somebody call me at 855-369-9898. Does God love or hate the abominations he creates? Now, in the Bible, it says homosexuals are an abomination. I think that was the whole reason Sodom and Gomorrah was turned upside down, destroyed, right? The guys there tried to have sex with some angels. And God was like, really? That's what you want to do? We're about to tear this whole place up. And if you look back, pillars of salt for all of you, right? Is God that petty? Why would God create homosexuals in the first place if ultimately he controls destiny and they're going to turn out to be persecuted to the point where they would kill themselves? I don't know. Call me, 855-369-9898. I mean, it's crazy, man. Does God love gays? And if he does, why does he label them abominations? Somebody said, no, God doesn't hate gays. He hates the sin. But didn't God create sin? And if God didn't create sin, who did? And who has the power to create sin? I don't know. Give me some answers. 855-369-9898. I need to know, what do you think? True or false regarding homosexuality? Is it possible that God loves the person but hates their sin? By the way, who created the concept of sin? True or false? Homosexuality is profoundly immoral at all times. These are some tough questions. I don't know who wrote them. Follow me at ZoWilliams on Twitter. I need to hear your responses, man. Why don't we try to understand? Right? That's why I'm trying to do this show. So we can understand. I have a homosexual brother, and he experienced gay bullying to the illest level. I mean, let me just say, in 1987, there was a major earthquake here in Los Angeles, right? Dude was scared. So he took off, went to New York, right? And was in New York for a long time. Got bullied, beat up. I mean, they whooped his ass so bad in New York that they actually stole, they was robbing him every day. He was in a shelter. They stole his family photo albums. Now, who steals baby pictures of your family? They were just whooping his ass terribly. So he called me one day. This is when I was doing A&R at Loud Records. He said, look, man, it was 94 at this time. He was like, look, man, can you send for me to come home? I said, for sure. Brought the dude back home, and then the persecution continued to the point where he was in the Pasadena Mall, 2-story mall at the time. They done tore it down now. It's the Paseo Mall now, okay? Anyway, crazy story. The dude is in the mall, and somebody is pursuing him because when he came back, see, the New York gay is a little different than the West Coast gay. The West Coast gay is flamboyant or whatever, but this dude came back with leg warmers on and electric blue eyeshadow, and he had the flash dance shirt on with one shoulder. I said, hey, what's going on? He didn't look like my big brother that left. He looked like my big sister when he came back. But anyway, he had that same energy, and he went to the mall, and he was being pursued in the mall to the point where I guess he decided to jump from the 2nd-story floor down to the 1st. Well, of course, he broke his kneecap and knocked out all of his teeth. I told him in the hospital, me and my other brother, when we went to go see him, I said, damn, you whooped your own ass worse than they were going to do it. You probably should have just took the beating, but he was scared. But he's not alone. How many homosexuals out there are going through something similar? Maybe not to that degree, but that's why I wanted to do this show. I always ask these questions because we need to have these type of difficult conversations, man, so we can gain understanding, so we can move forward. True or false? Is it best to reinterpret the Bible to say that homophobia, not homosexuality, is the main evil? Why does God create homosexuality and then later condemns the people for being what he allowed them to be? Is will that powerful that it's outside of the dominion of God? I need some experts to call me and let me know. 855-369-9898. Tonight's topic, once again, Know-Homo, K-N-O-W, a comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood aspect of the human condition, homosexuality. Call me, 855-369-9898. I got callers. It's your time to chime. I need to understand exactly what's going on. Let's do it right now. Kevin, Indianapolis, you're in the building. What's cracking?
What's good, man? My comment is this, man. You know, you asked if God is how does he feel about? Do I think God likes homosexuality or if it's a choice or anything? Mm-hmm. I don't think that anybody purposely puts themselves through the hell that those guys go through. I really don't. And as far as everything else goes, I don't have issues with homosexuality. I believe what you do in the confines of your own home is your business. I would never go out and just purposely beat somebody because they like somebody that look like them. But that's just me. I think people. I know one thing about homosexuality that I don't like is I don't like it to be thrust in my face. Like me being heterosexual, I don't sit there and say I'm heterosexual. You need to acknowledge me. But every time you hear something about the gay and lesbian lifestyle, it's always trying to be thrust into the mainstream. Like, here we are, hear us roar, blah 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 blah. You know, if you're gonna be gay. That's cool. If you want to stop the persecutions and the beatings and the things of that, live your life, but don't try to put your life in somebody else's home. Don't try to say, well, you need to accept this, and because people don't. And when you try to force your lifestyle on people, I think that's where the problems are. Now, do I think it's a choice? Nah, I don't. I think people are actually born that way. I don't think anybody wants to go through that kind of hell and torment. Nobody wants to go through that.
Wow. Hey, man, I appreciate the call. Thank you. Indianapolis is in the building because of you. And again, he brought up a great point. Have we become more accepting of gay culture with the many television and reality shows featuring gay people and characters? I mean, gay is everywhere. I mean, even the little kids. Oh, that's gay. Pause. No homo. Wait, hold on. I can't even compliment somebody without being gay. And I think the no homo pause culture retards the development of true masculinity. Because now there's a fear to be open and complimentary of other men. I even think the pimp hustle shit is gay because they degrade women to the point misogyny is so ill, right? Fuck women, fuck hoes. Bitch, you my bottom, bitch. Fall easy, bitch. Everything is, bitch. Get down, bitch. Lay down and get down, ho. Everything is just so misogynistic. Now, to understand the term misogyny, it means to hate women. But who's doing the hating? Women aren't considered misogynistic. Men are. And men, and if you follow the pimp game, men are congratulatory of other men. Never disrespect an old pimp. You understand? You know? The game is to be sold, not told. You know, the rank of men, it's like a fraternity. Like, you know, it's crazy to me. I like, is that gay? Where men big each other up more than they do women? This is, you know, it's just hip hop. They're hiding in hip hop. The down low, the church. It's all crazy right now. Somebody call me at 855-369-9898. I need your opinion. I want to know. We got somebody out of Compton. Sean, talk to me, man.
What's up, Zo? I might not be able to articulate this as well as I want to, but my whole thing is this. The brother that just was on, he took and said what I wanted to say about, oh, I'm gay and I'm proud. I was going to say the same thing he said, but here's my take. If there wasn't so many people high up in Hollywood and politics in our just everyday life, like certain jobs and certain areas of living, who will power and are down,
Hey, Sean, I hate to do this to you because I can feel your passion, brother. But your phone line was so crazy we couldn't hear a single thing you said. Hopefully you could get back through because I know the lines are crazy. More callers. Let's go. Hurricane, Baton Rouge. Talk to me.
What's going on, Zo?
What's happening?
Hey, well, the thing I think with Christianity is that most Christians, and I've been guilty of it, will persecute somebody for the sins they're not guilty of. So, like, okay, like I'm not homosexual, but they might be a fornicator, alcoholic, or whatever, and they want to, come down on other people as maybe a drug addict or a homosexual, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is the only thing I kind of get on my nerves with some homosexuals, it kind of be like, they got to announce it like Don Lemon on CNN. Why do you have to announce that? Man, I'm heterosexual, and I don't go around telling everybody I just sleep with women. You know,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
in the case of, God does love homosexuals, but I think you can be born gay because I think it's a case of, like, when you look in the Bible of iniquity or generational curses where, like, you can look at any particular sins where you might have, like, different men in the family 4 generations ago that might have been homosexual or could have been a killer or whatever with anything. So I think sometimes that be the case where, like, somebody might be born gay or born into certain things we get caught up in because we all had a tendency to sin. But if you have like these curses in your gene pool, then you have a tendency to more lean towards that side.
Wow.
You know
wow.
what I mean?
Hey, thanks for it. Thanks for that that perspective. We really appreciate it. You're listening to the Foxxhole, Sirius XM 98. I'm Zometheus Rising. ZoWilliams.com. That's my name. ZoWilliams.com. You need to go there. Follow me on Twitter at ZoWilliams. Tonight's topic, Know-Homo. I want you to know, meaning I want you to understand homosexuality. I'm not trying to promote it. I'm just trying to promote understanding. Because where there's understanding, there's growth, there's knowledge, there's wisdom. There's a lot of jewels in being able to understand and know something. Know-Homo, a comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood aspect of the human condition, homosexuality. 855-369-9898. And again, they bring up great points. I mean, it's hard to know God's mind, right? You can't know it. But they'll say, well, he wrote the Bible. I just don't believe in the contradictions, right? It's just too many contradictions. You can't be having sex with a gang of little boys and then say you're a spiritual authority and that it's immoral. And whether it's the Catholic Church, they've been struggling with relocating priests, but then they come out as the moral authority. Or whether it's Bishop, what's the dude down in Eddie Long? His whole campaign and career has been against homosexuality, and then he comes out in the muscle tights, right? He comes out, I mean, do you say no homo to that? Should he have sent the picture of himself in, the Olympic Speedos and said, this is no homo, I'm just trying to show you that I'm buff? I don't know. 855-369-9898. What are some of the derogatory terms? And are those terms equal to racial slurs? Like turd cop, right? Right? I'm just saying. Carpet muncher, right? Fudge packer. I'm just saying. And if we listen to some of these lyrics in hip hop, I mean, Snoop Dogg to me said one of the gayest lines ever. I'm hollering 187 with my dick in your mouth. You talking to a dude. DJ Quick said something gay too. You walking around with my nuts in your pocket. Why would my nuts be in your pocket? But while they're saying gay stuff under the guise of hyper masculinity, they're downing women. Somebody call me and bring me some level, of understanding. That's why we're here tonight. No homo. Talk to me, Marie from North Carolina.
Hi. I'm so glad you're having this conversation. Last night I was standing in my kitchen and I just said out loud, they're turning this world into Sodom and Gomorrah. I have a problem. I don't have anything against homosexuals. If that's what you choose to do, that's fine. Just like everybody else, we don't want you coming on and saying, you saying you're gay because you want to tell us, oh, I'm sleeping with the same sex. Every time it's something having to do with sex, when they're saying they're gay, it's sex related. And that's what heterosexual people don't want to hear. We don't want to hear it's sex related. When the ban was lifted in the military, first thing you see on the newspaper is 2 men kissing. And so homosexuals are forcing that down our throats. Now, another thing I wanted to mention, I don't believe in bullying in no form. What I think is that I wanted to make this point because everybody keeps saying, oh, they're born that way. It's hard to believe that. I believe that homosexuality, some people may, but right now it's like at a rampant rage. And some people may have misguided affection. When kids are growing up and they're like 10 years old and you're talking about, oh, they're transgender. How do know that? How do you know their parents didn't poison their mind? How do you know that something didn't happen in their life and they're thinking this? I think that now they've come so acceptance of homosexuality. There are even times when boys being raised in a single-family home, you're starting to notice that they're acting like their mother because that's the only influence they have. And then they start getting teased about being homosexual. Next thing you know, they're going that way. How do we know that that's not leading them that way when they're making friends?
That's a great point.
This is what I told people, that when by the time your child goes to college, they need to know who they are. There is a lot of homosexuality in college, and if your child doesn't know who they are, and they go to college and they're making friends, and this group over here accepts them into that group, they find themselves in a friendship with guys that may like other guys. And that group starts to feel comfortable to them because they accept them into that group, not necessarily meaning they're homosexual, but those people are accepting of him. And so then he finds when you start hanging around with those people, then you start doing things they do. That's just the way it goes.
That's an interesting point, but your whole point can be flipped in reverse. We say, why are homosexuals promoting through television and media? And soon as the Don't Ask, Don't Tell ban was released or lifted, soon as it was lifted, you see a picture of two guys kissing or whatever. But to a homosexual person, the imagery of heterosexuality is pervasive. Yeah? I mean, you see a television show and you don't see yourself in it. You see, Claire and Cliff Huxtable kissing. You might want to see, Claire and Claudine Huxtable kissing. And why is lesbianism more accepted than homosexuality? I mean, because I know dudes would love to have a menage a trois with, two girls. My daughters. I would. But I'm just saying. 855-369-9898. It's crazy. What do you think of the Don't Ask, Don't Tell ban? Does it even really matter? I mean, do you think Don't Ask, Don't Tell was a good thing in the sense that, hey, you come into the military to serve your country. You don't come into the military to wrap a camouflage bandana around your waist and sashay through the sands shooting people. I don't know. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? And the stereotypes are out there, so let's deal with it. A lot of times, I'm just saying, let's deal with what it is. 855-369-9898. We got to take a quick break. I'm getting to all of the callers because I need your opinion. 855-369-9898. You're listening to Zoe Meet the It's Rising, the voice of reason. ZoWilliams.com. You got to follow me. Know-Homo, a comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood aspect of the human condition, homosexuality. I'll be back. Wow. Is that homosexual? I'm just saying. And I understand a lot of this comes from the gang culture, and the gang culture is connected to the prison culture in a lot of ways. That's where sagging came from, advertising your butthole. That's what it is. That's what it is. And sagging has now evolved into skinny jeans, and now skinny jeans has now evolved into men buying clothes from women outlets, women stores. I mean, does Lil Wayne and Justin Bieber help or hurt homosexuality's cause by admitting that they wear female clothing? And when I say homosexuality's cause, I mean just the overall imagery of it and the blending of gender. And I mean, hip-hop is like the most masculine art form out there. Dudes is, nigga, that's gay, nigga. It's gay as hell. You understand what I'm saying? But yet, you're wearing jeggings. And then Justin Bieber came out and said, hey, I only wear girls' jeans because they fit me. But I'm not gay. I mean, the blending, and you have to understand, these guys are very powerful in the media. Am I playing? Here's a question. Some men that go to prison straight perform gay acts while locked up and or come out. Some of them may come out straight. Some of them may come out gay. Some of them may come out on the DL. I mean, are they just gay for the stay? Somebody call me at 855-369-9898. Tonight's topic, Know-Homo, K-N-O-W, homo, a comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood aspect of the human condition, homosexuality. This is the voice of reason. Zometheus Rising on Foxxhole Radio, Sirius XM 98. I need you to tweet me at ZoWilliams. I need all of your responses because I will read them. And I also want you to go get my ZoWilliams Go Deeper t-shirts. Go to tinyurl.com/ZOGO Deeper t-shirts. You got me? Tiny, tinyurl.com/Zo Go Deeper t-shirts. Please go get yours and tweet me a pic of what you look like in it, especially the ladies. I would love to see you in the t-shirts. Call me, 855-369-9898. I've got some basic common arguments against gay marriage. You know, what's the point for gays to marry, right? What are they trying to prove? That's one argument out there. Marriage is between a man and a woman, period. Same sex is not natural. What is homosexuality's purpose in nature? Some people have even gone as far as to say homosexuality and lesbianism is nature's natural birth control. Because when people get together, they're getting together for procreation, and those two people can't procreate. Same sex, in that sense, can't procreate. Marriage is a religious right and not a civil one. So you don't have a civil argument, a lot of people are saying. Marriage is sacred and a sacrament. And God has already said you guys are an abomination, so you should give up on it. Marriage is for raising children. We already said we can't have children for homosexuals. I mean, it's a crazy world out there. Somebody call me and let me know what you think about tonight's topic. Before I get back to my callers, I got to go to this Troy Davis story. A lot of people want me to speak on it. Let me tell you this. The NAACP reached out to me a week and a half ago and asked me to speak about and use this platform to bring awareness to Troy Davis's case. And I did that. I tweeted incessantly. I did the Amnesty International. I joined several petitions, signed up, and I spoke about it on the Voice of Reason last week during our 100 Points of View show. And it's unfortunate that the brother had to die in the face of over 250,000 people standing up. And I just believe, you know, at the end of the day, if there is some level of reasonable doubt, what harm does it do to postpone? Not postpone for 4 hours, but really postpone and take a really empirical, comprehensive look at all of the information. You got 9 of the 7 people who testified against him, or 7 of the 9 people who testified against him recanting their statements. I mean, some of that has to make some kind of sense. It just seems like, and first off, if you kill the wrong person, how does that bring any solace to the family? Unless you're selling them on that person. Well, you know, the justice system has its loopholes, and, you know, we just do the best we can. No, not when you're not when you're playing God, you know, because karma is a bitch, you know, karma's a bitch, you know. It's a cold situation. So, you know, my heart goes out to Troy Davis and his situation. After the U.S. Supreme Court denied a last-minute stay of execution, the state of Georgia executed Troy Davis Wednesday night for the murder of an off-duty police officer, pronouncing him dead at 11:08 p.m. Defiant to the end, Troy Davis was executed Wednesday night for the murder of an off-duty police officer. He convinced hundreds of thousands of people around the world, but not a single court, that he was innocent. That was September 21st, so it was very difficult. In his final moments, as Davis was strapped to a gurney in the death chamber, he nodded slightly to his attorneys and then made a statement saying that he was not responsible for the 1989 slaying of Mark McPhail, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he said he was innocent, and the incident that happened that night is not my fault. And then they just went ahead and killed the brother, and by lethal injection. So I just want to thank the NAACP for reaching out to me personally and feeling that I have enough impact to at least try to help and change the course. And it ain't about me, it's about the platform that I have. And I appreciate them reaching out, and wherever there's injustice, you can call me, because, you know, I mean, maybe Troy wasn't a great person. Maybe he did a whole bunch of foul things. However, if he was innocent of one thing, that doesn't mean, you know, he should go down for it. So it was a tough situation. Back to the topic. Know-Homo, a comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood aspect of the human condition, a.k.a. homosexuality. We heard some lyrics, and they sounded crazy to me. But yet these are coming from heterosexual people. I'm just bugged out, man, that all of these things are going on. And the other case that's out there right now is the Jamie Rodemeyer case, a young kid who just committed suicide from being bullied. So if you have an opinion on this, call me right now, 855-369-9898. I'm going to the callers right now. If you've been on hold, it's about to be over. Share your story with me. I'm ready to talk to you. Terry, talk to me. California.
Hi, how are you, Zoe?
I'm good. Zoe.
I just wanted to make, I just wanted to make 3 comments. Hello?
Yeah, we're here.
Oh, one is to the woman who said that, you know, being gay is just who you have sex with, and I disagree because it's anybody who's gay will tell you that it's an emotional, it's about compassion, it's relationship. So if a brother gets raped, and does that make him? I doubt it. It's more than that. The other point I'd like to, because I'm tired of African American people referring to the Bible to justify their differences or opinions about being gay. Because you learn the Bible and how the Bible came to be, there's a lot of contradictions in there. It's open for interpretation for anyone.
Right.
Justified slavery for some time for Christians. For all refer to the Bible, we have to really be careful about where we're drawing that information from. And people refer to God as a separate entity. God is an energy. God is love. God loves everyone. We are God. We are love. We are taught to love each other no matter what someone does with their condition. If they do something to hurt someone, then that's another question. But we
Absolutely. Your phone was breaking up, but she was saying some good stuff, and it's true. I'm in 100% agreement with what she's saying. I've always argued for homosexuality as opposed to against it, because I believe that hypermasculinity is insecure in its very nature, because you're over-exaggerating your manhood. Just because somebody is homosexual doesn't necessarily mean you have to overemphasize your manhood. And I think that's what happens, and I think that even leads to, thank you, Terry, for calling in from Chi-Town. But again, from California, I just think it's very difficult for us to justify condemning another aspect of humanity. And we do it all the time. I always use the example of demanding versus commanding, right? If you're a man, you don't have to wear a T-shirt that says "mandem," you know, dun, 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 I'm a man. Acknowledge my mannishness, right? I think that's when there's an insecurity. It's like buying a car and, you know, you just have prostate cancer and your penis doesn't work. So you buy a supercar to compensate for what you're not working with anymore. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, I'm demanding your attention. Well, if you got to demand something, you don't have it, right? But to command something is to be able to not ask for what you already have. If you're a man, you don't have to just, yo, look at me, dude. I'm man. No, you don't have to do that. And I think the Know-Homo movement is fear. And it's okay for men to be afraid, but it's not okay for men to mask the fear as masculinity. And I think that's where we're in trouble. Here's another question for you guys. Are terms like Know-Homo or pause an insecure man's way of reminding himself that he is indeed straight? Somebody better call me on that one, 855-369-9898. That's the number to dial. Raheem, North Carolina, talk to me.
How you doing, brother? First of all, I enjoy your commentary.
Thank you, brother.
Second thing I want to say is I think a lot of people are forgetting that we went through a lot of atrocities during slavery. And I think that when you take in consideration that some of these young men were raped, we don't know how that traumatized them. And if they went on to try to live a normal life, you know, we don't know how that affected them. I don't know if they had a psychiatrist or anything like that. I definitely think that it didn't, but it affected them. And who knows, you think about the Punnett Square that we went through in high school, and you deal with a recessive gene. maybe that caused that recessive gene to become dominant, where you try to suppress those feelings, and you end up finding yourself being attracted to a man. Next thing you know, you're acting on those acts, and you're in a closet homosexual.
Well, let me ask you this really quickly. Are you saying that homosexuality is a recessive gene?
I believe that we have to take into consideration that it could be a recessive gene. Mm-hmm. People say that you were born homosexual, and I can think back in my childhood when I see a kid, in kindergarten, and you're looking at him and you're like, this dude likes playing with dolls. You automatically know. Now, can it be taught? Yes, but I think what parents need to do is when they see a child that gravitates towards dolls instead of Tonka trucks, that you need to try to redirect that energy in order to develop him, in order to develop him to be the man that he's supposed to be, as opposed to.
But hold on, I like where you're going, but why? I mean, for the people who are homosexual, they would say this is what I am supposed to be, and so why would you try to redirect my energy into being something I'm not? Because a lot of homosexual people go through an identity crisis where they're trying to be something that they're not, and then they ultimately either kill themselves or they ultimately break down in some way, shape, or form. What do you say to that?
I agree with you, but I think it's because you lack the proper parenting. I mean, even when you don't have a mother or father in the household, back in the day we had an uncle, and today, that's not a common factor. We have so many broken families, and then we don't take the time to pull young guys aside and say, hey, look, you're doing the wrong thing, redirect them, and try to do the right thing. I mean, back in the day, we didn't have the internet.
And let me
my
say,
mother knew what I was doing before I got home.
Right. So let me say, because you're bringing up some very good points, and I'm not trying to interrupt you. I'm keeping you on the line because these points are good. And I just want to refine them so our listeners can get even more information from you.
Okay.
When you say homosexuality, are you saying homosexuality can be a byproduct of bad parenting? Is that what you're saying?
I am.
Wow, this is good stuff. My goodness. 855-369-9898. That's the number to dial. 855-FOX-9898. Know-Homo, K-N-O-W, Know-Homo, a comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood aspect of the human condition. Brother, I want to thank you for your call. You really enlightened us to something. If you agree or disagree with the brother who just reached out, please call me. Share your opinions. Tonight's show is your show once again. And I just want to continue to flow here. This is crazy right now. Let me just go to some callers. How do you say this lady's name? Alize? Alize from Tampa. Let's go.
What's up, though?
What's happening?
Okay, this is the I got a lot of questions. Okay, I'm a lesbian. I live in Tampa. And
okay, wait. Before you go deeper, are you what kind of lesbian? Because there are different terms. Are you a lipstick lesbian?
I'm a femme.
You're a femme. Okay, go deeper. What is a femme? Tell us what a femme is.
Actually, I'm a dominant femme. That meaning I'm not a soft femme would be somebody that is like real gentle. I'm aggressive, so I'm feminine, meaning I wear dresses and skirts and I do the nails and the hair and all that good stuff. My girlfriend is a stud. She's the dominant one in the relationship. She's more dominant than me. She would be what people would consider as the male, but she's
but wait a minute. Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper because I just need more information from you. What is a stud?
A stud is, and I'm going to explain this to you so that you understand. A stud is a dominant female, not a female that wants to be a man. She may dress in what is considered male clothes, but she's the dominant one. She's the aggressive one. She would be the one that gets the job, and she would be the one that, takes out the trash, basically.
So let me ask you this. Even in lesbian relationships, there are male and female type roles that are to be filled?
In any relationship, somebody has to play a role. Everybody can't play the same role.
You got to stay on the line with me, okay? Alize, this is what I got to do. I got to take a quick break, but don't hang up. This is good information.
I ain't going nowhere.
855-369-9898. Tonight's topic is crazy right now. Know-Homo, a comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood aspect of the human condition. Homosexuality is our topic tonight. Call me. You got questions for Alizé? I want you to talk to her. 855-369-9898. Tweet me at ZoWilliams. Don't forget to get those ZoWilliams Go Deeper t-shirts. I'll be back in a second. ZoWilliams.com. Peace. Yo, this is an homage to my boss, Jamie Foxx's, hey, keep the record playing, to his alternative fan base. We're going to let this ride a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, Zometheus Rising, ZoWilliams.com. Tonight's topic, man, we're back in the building. Know-Homo. That's K-N-O-W, homo. Comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood aspect of the human condition, homosexuality. And there's all types of things out there like, conversion therapy, where a psychiatrist will sit you down and reprogram your sexuality. If you're homosexual, they can recondition you to be heterosexual. You know what I mean? I've never heard of it until now, but there are a lot of books out there. There are a lot of, I guess, practitioners of conversion therapy. My question is, can you pray the gay away? A lot of people think, hey, I accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. I'm not gay no more. Ted Haggard, he was a preacher, came out and, it was proven that he was, on the down low kind of. I guess you can't kind of be on the down low. But damn, crazy. We've got caller Alizé on the phone. She's a lesbian, and she says she's a femme. And she was talking about her girl is it right to say your girl or your dude or... talk to me. How do I engage that? What is she to you? Alizé?
Yeah, I'm just...
Yeah, what is she to you? How would you...
She's my girl.
She's your girl.
Okay. If she was a dude, I wouldn't want to be with her.
Wow. So when did you find out that you were homosexual?
That's
or
what
lesbian?
I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay. In my house, I have my mom and my dad. They have no outside kids. I was conceived the night of their wedding. Everything was perfect. When I realized, the first time I felt like I might be gay, I was about, 12. Mm-hmm. And what happened was, I didn't have because I wasn't around anything gay. I didn't know what gay was. That phrase was foreign to me. I didn't even know what it was. So, all my friends, all my homegirls was like, this guy makes me feel this way, and this guy makes me feel that way. And I'm sitting up there lying, talking about, I'm feeling the same way. I love this dude, whatever. Not feeling any of these stuff that these girls are talking about. As I got older and I got sexually active, I'm so thirsty to feel these emotions. And I'm like, I don't want to be different because I had a clique. I was a popular girl at school. I can't be different. What?
Right.
No.
Right.
It was like, man, though I tried to kill myself twice.
Wow.
Twice. And
because of the struggle of the sexual identity,
because I didn't know how everybody was going to take it. I didn't know what I was going through. I didn't know what these feelings were. All I knew is I would be having sex with a dude, and I'd be thinking about a female. When it was over, I'd be like, what the hell was that all about? And keeping all of this inside, not knowing who to go to with it, it was like one of the hardest things. And keep in mind, I'm only 16, 17 at this age. And I started having sex at 15 because I wanted so bad to fit in.
Was your father in your life?
Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he was, and I was sneaking. He don't play the radio either. Yes, he was in my life. And my dad, and I thank God, and yes, I am a lesbian, and I do believe in God. How do you think I made it through all this without him? But I thank God I had such supportive parents, because parents don't realize how hard they make it. When you're 16, you already have to worry about your dress code. You have to worry about how you look. That's what you think at the mind of a 16-year-old. Just add on top of all that, you're different from everybody.
So when did
And
you come
don't
out of
want-
the college, out of the closet? When did you come out of the closet?
When I was 20. I came out when I was 20.
And who did you come out to?
I came out to my mother,
Mm-hmm.
and my mother came out to me. She told me that I might be. She was like, "Are you gay?" I was like, "What?" No, and I was angry with her for even, because I felt like she pulled my card, and I was mad. I was like, "Why would you even come at me like that?" Because she was like, "You sleeping with so many different people, and these are not bad guys. These are nice guys. Why can't you just settle down with one? What's going on? Are you gay?" And when she said that, everything else didn't matter. It was like, why would you say that to me?
She pulled the curtain back and saw the Wizard of Oz. She saw the Oz. Like, there you go. So you pulling all these levers.
Yeah, she pulled it out, and I was like, and I started to cry, and I was like, I don't know.
Wow.
And that's how I came out.
Wow. Can I tell you? Can I tell you? I really appreciate you listening and calling and sharing your story, because you're giving us you're giving us invaluable information on the topic, and you made my day today. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All I want people to understand is you got young people that are going through these changes that are killing themselves, and they are afraid.
Right.
And God knows that the only, and to the ones I am talking to, it's not that we're throwing it out for everybody to see, but people have to understand, I have 2 small children, and my girlfriend has been there.
Wait a minute. Hold on. The plot thickens. Wait, hold on. You got 2 kids? Are you bisexual?
No, I'm not bisexual at all. When I was going through my little changes, I told you I was getting down. So
okay, so when you went through your little changes, you got caught up with 2 of them.
Actually, I wanted kids, so it wasn't caught up.
So you used the man to get kids?
No, I didn't use him. I wanted him to use me. I wanted to be with a man. I wanted to be with a man. I wanted to get married. I wanted to be normal. What I felt like was normal. What I was taught was normal. You know what I'm saying? That's what
I got it.
That's really what I wanted. And now I think the reason why people are so why the gay community is so like in your face with it is because it's something that we were taught to hide.
So really quickly,
if I pass away,
Alize, hold on, because I know you're passionate right now, but you giving us so much. First, is the father of the children still in the kid's life? And
yes, that's my homie. Yes.
Are y'all good? Is everything straight?
Oh yeah, yes, of course. I mean, for my kids are first.
Now, what I've heard is that when a woman has a child by a man, there's always going to be some level of sexual tension there.
No,
you mean to tell me the dude that gave you 2 kids, when you see him, you don't think, on the right day, he might catch it? Not at all?
That's not how I feel, and he understands that. But
okay.
I also feel like gay community, gay women, when you have these babies with these guys and you go to these girls, you got to remember, like I said, I was raised in a straight home.
Uh-huh.
And my kids are being raised in a gay home. What happened in my home I was a leader. It did not affect me.
But everybody's going to ask you this, Alize, everybody's going to ask you, don't you think you might be influencing the children you're raising in a gay home?
That's just what I was going to say. Regardless of what type of personal life you have, your kids should not be involved, period.
Wow.
They should not be involved in your personal life, not whatsoever, because you are raising kids to be their own person. God knows, most parents don't want their kids to be gay not because of, it's wrong, because they don't want their kids to be different. They don't want nobody judging their kids. They don't want nobody to feel that way towards their children.
Alize, you just killing me right now because it's percolating with so much information. Is percolating gay? I don't know. Know-Homo, pause. So let me just
going to it.
So let me do this. Let me ask you: are your children by the same guy?
No.
Uh-oh.
One of them is actually adopted. I adopted her, and my son is by one of my friends. I mean, we're friends now.
Wow. You know what? I just want to thank you for sharing your story. It's been great. I really appreciate it. I've got more callers. If you're just tuning into the Voice of Reason on Foxxhole Radio, Sirius XM 98, the craziest, most riveting radio show in the world, because nobody can beat our topics. What they like to do is redo them. But you know what? We keep it fresh week after week after week. It's what we do. Know-Homo is the topic tonight. K-N-O-W. Know-Homo, meaning understand homosexuality so we don't have to keep persecuting them. How about that? A comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood aspect of the human condition, homosexuality. 855-369-9898. Go to ZoWilliams.com, and I want you guys to go get the ZoWilliams Go Deeper t-shirt. How you do that? You go to tinyurl, tinyurl.com/ZOGO Deeper t-shirts. That is tinyurl.com Go Deeper t-shirts. Please check me out. Get at me. I got more callers. But before I get into the callers, let's go here really quickly. Nurture versus nature. Science is becoming increasingly closer. They're getting closer to recognizing that genetics play a significant role in determining one's sexuality, right? Or their sexual orientation. The American Psychological Association has noted that there is research suggesting that the homosexual orientation is in place very early in life, possibly before birth. Now, we all know when you're in the womb, your genitals and all of that stuff get developed in the last 9 to 12 weeks of the pregnancy. So if you're a boy, that little slit that, would be a woman's vagina, it closes up and forms the scrotum. The testicles drop down, and then what they call progesterone. You start producing that, and then they start or the body starts masculinizing the brain. Before that, everybody's a girl. Who agrees or disagree with that? Everybody's a girl until the later stages of the pregnancy. Hey, it's a hormonal dance. Do you agree or disagree? Somebody call me, 855-369-9898. Studies conducted on the subject of homosexuality have focused on a range of possible genetic factors to link biological and hormonal factors to sexual orientation, including finger length, fraternal birth order, number of ridges on fingertips. I mean, they getting down to the DNA up in this piece, right? Underexposure for gay men, or what they say, underexposure for gay men, and overexposure for lesbians of prenatal androgens, right? More hormones. Somebody talk to us. They're saying this is a biological thing at the microscopic level that's taking place. So maybe there's something to it when they say, I was born that way. Was Lady Gaga right? Or is it a choice? I'm opening the phone lines. I need your opinion. 855-369-9898. We got to take a quick break, but when I come back, all callers. So hold on. I'll be with you. I'll be back at 2.2. Yo, Zometheus Rising, ZoWilliams.com, the voice of reason on Foxxhole Radio, Sirius XM 98 is back in the building. 855-369-9898 is the number to dial. I'm urging all of my listeners to re-examine the lyrics in a lot of hip-hop records, man, and I think we'll find under the definition of what no homo means, saying things that might be perceived as gay, you find that a lot of that stuff is like that. I have a question. If you just tuned in, Know-Homo, K-N-O-W, Know-Homo, a comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood aspect of the human condition. Homosexuality is our topic tonight. ZoWilliams is the voice of reason. 855-369-9898. That's the number to dial. I have a question, though. How many women have become lesbians because of what men have done to them? That's an interesting question. A lot of times I've heard women say, I'm just going to become gay because dudes be lying, dudes be cheating. I mean, I done heard all kind of stuff. But how many of you guys out there feel like that's partly the reason why women become gay as opposed to being born gay? Call me right now. Let me know what you think. Sam from Texas, talk to me.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Well, first off, let me just say I've been driving for 2.5 hours. I've been listening to you this whole time, and I got a lot of opinions, a lot of thoughts on what you've been saying, but let me keep it recent.
Mm-hmm.
As far as that past statement, I feel that these homosexual urges, bisexual urges, and all of mankind have always been there. It's just now in our day and age when things are more allowed that people are coming out with it.
Right.
But as you made a comment earlier about rap music being, the most masculine type of music, kind of disagree there.
Okay.
And as far as the caller that was before me, I was listening to that and I got very interested by it. I have a lot of lesbian friends and a few gay friends, and they're people just like everyone else. Why is it an issue? I mean, so what if they like going down on another guy? So what if they like sleeping with another woman? I don't really give a damn. You're a person. Oh, well, you got a job just like everyone else. You pay your taxes just like everyone else. Let them live their lives. Religion doesn't have a role to play with it. The law doesn't have a role to play with it. It's just how we are. It is how we are born. Regardless of whether or not your dad's gay or your mom's gay, it's just who you are. It's not nurture, it's nature.
Right. And if you don't mind, would you mind sharing your sexual orientation?
I'm straight. I am completely straight. I have a few gay friends, and I show them love.
Right.
I'll hug a man. I've seen a man naked, but,
Hey, hold on.
That's how
What are we doing? What are we doing? Tell me the truth.
No, I'm straight, just a lot of drunken nights where friends decide to take off their clothes.
Whoa. Wow. Okay. You just some of the places you find yourself, huh? It's kind of Hey, let me just say I appreciate the call. He was mad open. I appreciate the realness of it. Listen, I'm going to be honest. I'm mad secure with my heterosexuality, And, I've already mentioned earlier, I have a brother that's homosexual, and I had to learn early how to, perceive him, because when I was younger, I was like, that's my big brother. And then as I got older, and the way I found out that he was homosexual was crazy, because all my homeboys in the neighborhood busted him in our garage in the car with another dude. That's how I found out my brother was homosexual. They came to me just in tears of laughter and, your brother's a Fruity Loop. I got ridiculed for his homosexuality, And as I got older, at first, once I found out, I was a little, kind of jaded with my brother, like, damn, what kind of unnatural, But as I got older and I got wiser and I got more information, I was like, that's not his fault. He is what he is. And dude even my brother went through a situation where, he tried to date girls and do all of that, but that just wasn't who he was. So, it was crazy. We got some Twitter responses. At SportsMK, he says, just don't like the flaming gays. The RuPaul of it all. That's what he says. 855-369-9898. Call me. At lady_D_5683. Very intricate Twitter name. I think people primarily say no homo because it's funny to them and the person they are saying it to. So they're maybe just ridiculing. At Ari Nicole 02, God word, and she says God's words or word is never a lie. The devil is a lie. We don't like it when the Bible doesn't fall in line with what we are trying to be or what we want to be right. So she's saying, God tells the truth, and basically God said homosexuals were an abomination in the Bible, and God is the truth about it. My question is the devil responsible for creating homosexuality? Does the devil have any influence on our sexual orientations or preferences? What is the difference between sexual orientation and preference? Somebody call me at 855-369-9898. That's the number to dial. You're listening to the ZoWilliams Show, Voice of Reason, a comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood aspect of the human condition, homosexuality. We like to call it Know-Homo, K-N-O-W, homo. Know what we're talking about. At Truckin' Caveman, I think you're born gay. It's not nature or nurture. At Rob Huntsville, bad parenting is an insult. Gay people I know were raised by both a mother and father. No one was molested. He's saying just the evolution of being gay. Crazy. At Crime Boss, I think both. Being gay can be a learned behavior, or one is just that way with no influence at all. They just come out that way. I'm going to the phone lines. I need to hear your opinions on what we've been talking about. I need to hear from some lesbians. I want to hear from a stud. Is there a stud out there that wants to share her opinion? Right? Call me, 855-369-9898. That's the number to dial. One more question before I get to the phone lines. Is it natural for a female to play a male role in a relationship? And vice versa. Is it natural for a man to play a female role? Somebody call me and share your opinions. That's what we're doing tonight. Portia from Boston, you're in the building.
Hey, Zoe. How are you tonight?
I'm good. You?
Good. I'm doing really well. I actually called in because I just happened to catch the conversation and talking about is it nature or nurture. I feel very strongly about, my religious roots and how I was raised to believe in what the Bible says, but I also know and see in personal experience family members who are bisexual, partially bisexual, trisexual. It's not just one or the other. It's not one or the other way. In other words, I have friends who are bisexual females who don't like boys some days, and then they decide another day that they want to have, relationships with girls that week. So right now, it's so in flux. There is no one way or another. It's not like, I'm just a bisexual male. Everyone has the opportunity to be in one way or another, sexual, asexual, bisexual, or homosexual.
And are you saying, Portia, all of these different, categories are all part of the human condition, all part of human sexuality?
So. I do. I believe it's not just nature or nurture. I don't think it's just the way you see your grandmother putting on her lipstick and therefore you become a sissified boy. Or,
right.
Raised by a bunch of girls or raised by a bunch of boys and therefore you're a tomboy. I think it really is all-encompassing. So what your DNA biologically allows you to like, if you cringe when a male touches another male, then you're not bisexual. You don't like boys. If you like it some days and some days you like women others, then
you might be bisexual, right?
Right. So right. I do believe that it's not just what you see growing up or what you are born with, because some males who may like the urge of a male touch will definitely renounce it if their career or their lifestyle or their religion makes them do that. So I think that there are certain sexualities that we have to either decide to fight or embrace and call it what it is, and some of it doesn't have a name. So we need to get used to that.
Let me ask you this. Because of everything you just outlined, would you say that America's closet is bursting at the seams?
It's bursting at the seams, and we now need to make more room for different levels and layers, like I said, and we need to stop questioning everyone based on their sexuality and allow people to embrace themselves outside of the bedroom and therefore be more honest with who they are in the bedroom.
Wow, great point. Yeah. I got to cut you off, but you laid us out really good. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. What is this, Facilica? How do you say it? Felicia. I was like, Facilica, what kind of name? Who named you? Anyway, how you doing, Felicia? What's happening?
I'm all right. How are you, Zoe?
I'm alive and well.
I wanted to comment on the young man before Alizé. He is, I agree and disagree with him because, yes, a parent plays a big role. Parents or a parent plays a big role on a child that is having these feelings at the age of 12 and 13, and whether they commit suicide or be depressed about it. Because if that parent doesn't support that child in the way that the child is going, then, that child will have low self-esteem and will not have the confidence to be him or herself. And if the child does support that parent, then when the child goes to school and, usually they don't get ridiculed. I'm the parent of a daughter who came out in high school when she was a sophomore. And she came out to me because I'm one of those old school parents. You live in my house, I go through your crap. So, I'm going through a purse and I'm reading the stuff and about kissing upstairs in a room in the school. And I'm reading the name of the person she was kissing, and it was another girl. So she come home from school, and I'm like, what the hell is, you been kissing on girls? She's like, well, Ma. I'm like, well, okay, so be it. But then, like, the other girl said, a couple of weeks later she with a boy. So I'm like, make up your mind. So she's bisexual in my book.
Wow.
But it was okay. She felt more better. She said she had been, messing around and playing around with girls since she was about 12 or 13 years old. I asked her, was it an older girl? Was it a woman that started this? She said no. The girl was same age as her, 12 or 13.
But don't you think, let me ask you this, Felicia, don't you think that some level of molestation could also lead to one choosing to be homosexual, bisexual?
Yeah, but I didn't think that this was molestation if she said they were the same age.
Right. No, and I'm not saying that in her case. I'm just saying in general, how does that, molestation play a role? Do you think it plays a role?
Some levels of molestation does play a role, especially in boys, because that they say that sexual whatever they can get the best sexual feeling or whatever right there in the anal. So when a man penetrates a young man like that, then maybe he gets that feeling, and it's like he want to feel it again. So maybe that could play a part sometimes, but sometimes no. It's like the statement of going to jail and going in straight and coming out gay. No, you don't go in straight and come out gay, because I know a lot of men who go to jail. And a lot of them go to jail straight and come out straight and never touch a man. And I mean for 10 years and never touch a man. If a man is going to be with a man in jail, that's because it's what he wanted to do.
Wow.
And he just let his sexual feelings.
Felicia, I just got to thank you because you dropped a lot of information, but we got to move on, okay? I appreciate the call. Thank you so much. I don't mean to cut you off, but I got to keep it moving. April, Ohio. What do you think about this conversation?
Well,
turn your radio down just a little.
Okay, it's turned down. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm bisexual, so, I don't agree with what the guy had said. It's because of parenting or something of that nature. What about when Caesar was doing it? He was fucking men on left and right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And ahead of time, sex was a ritual to have sex with somebody else, like in the BC or AD. It was a ritual to have sex with multiple partners. So how is it that now it's different than what it was then?
Wow. Great question. Great question. Thank you for the call. Let's go back. Homosexuality has always been around us. The word gymnasium, it's a Greek word, right? Gymnasium means nudity. You look it up yourself. The Greek and Roman culture was a homosexual culture. That's what it was. They say even some Egyptian cultures were, homosexuality was there. But especially in Greek and Roman society. The Greeks and Romans always had bathhouses for boys and men to, do sexual acts to each other. To the point where when the Greek or Roman man of any, everything there was based on class. So if you had a Greek man of high class or Roman man of high class, what he would do when he decided to marry a woman, she had to disguise herself as a boy before they had sexual relations, because that culture was inundated with homosexuality. That's just the history of it. And, I always say, I think homosexuality existed before religion because homosexuality is inherently human. If you agree or disagree, somebody call me, 855-369-9898. That's the number to dial. Before I get to my next caller, and it will be Jay from Chicago, so just hold on just 2 more seconds. We had some more derogatory gay slang terms. For females, they have something called a bean flicker. And I guess that was likening the clitoris to a bean. Carpet muncher, celesbian, drag dyke, diesel dyke, kitty muncher, muff diver. It's just all kind of names. And then for the men, you had the anal astronaut, or the anal assassin, ass bandit, or arse bandit, backdoor bandit, bone smuggler, bum driller, no homo, bumhole engineer, butt pirate, all kinds of names out there. It's crazy. And for me, I'm asking, do you think these things are as vitriolic and as hurtful and as painful as being called nigger? We like to just make nigger the super bad word, the super slur. But some of these, I mean, we laughing in here, but some of these could be very, very hurtful. You know? I just think it's crazy right now. I think we should take a quick song break. And when I come back, I'm going to go to Jay. No, let me go to Jay now. He's been on. Let me get him. Let me have Jay. No homo. Jay, talk to me.
What's going on, Zo? I'm holding on for like an hour, man.
Actually, 10 minutes, but go ahead.
Okay. Hey, I'm from Chicago or whatever, and first of all, I want to say that I am a gay male or whatever, and I had an issue with one of your callers that called in and kind of like bashed like the gay people or whatever, for being like out as far as like expressing like they love or being like passionate with each other. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to say that it's not something that somebody, like if you really gay or whatever, like, you know, it's not something that you just get up and choose. It ain't a front that you putting on for somebody. It's just who you are. Mm-hmm. And that's who I am. I can only speak for myself. That's who I am, and it's nothing fake and nothing like that. It's like we feel the same stuff that heterosexual people feel, you know.
So let me ask you this: when did you find out you were gay?
I was like 4 or 5.
Wow. So you just knew, right?
Yeah, I knew. I struggled. I struggled with it all the way up until I just told my family about it like a month or 2 ago. So
wow.
You know, but
How old are you, Jay?
I'm 21.
21. You're a young brother. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And, did you ever try to date girls? Did you ever try to engage in the opposite sex?
I mean, like, even now, it's like, you know, like I said before, nobody would go through this who really wasn't gay. Nobody would go through it for the hell of it, for the fun of it. A lot of people don't know that the gay lifestyle here, like, it's rough as hell. Sometimes I'd be like, you know, maybe I should go with a female, even though I know that I'm not like that. It's just, you know, it'd be a thought in my mind, but I know it's not meant to be because
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Have you ever been bashed? Like, since you came out, have you been attacked? Anything like that?
No, I haven't. Actually, what happened was I came out. I kind of told my family like it was like a phase I was going through about 4 years ago, back in 2007, when I was talking to this one dude. And that relationship didn't work out, and that my family took it the wrong way. And, you know, my grandma, she got real sick. Her heart was acting up because of what I had told her, because she kind of looked up to me. And, you know, they was like, you know, you're not that way and stuff. So I kind of went back in the closet with it. But, I mean, it was always there in my heart. So, I mean, you know, I kind of like, you know, I told them that it was like a phase or whatever, but, you know, I have to come back and tell them again like a month or 2 ago. I'm like, this is who I am. I know it hurt y'all, but, you know, it's like they didn't accept it at first the first time I told them. They, like, anti-gated me. They like, oh, you know, that's Sodom and Gomorrah, and, you know, God didn't make you like that. But, I mean, like you say all the time, it's a contradiction because, like you say, you know, everything, like everything that's in the Bible, God created it. It's like if he knew everybody's life from when it started, why would he make me like this? If he know my life from the beginning to the end, why would he make me like this?
Right, so let me ask you about that.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel? Let me ask you, how do you feel about religion? Are you Christian?
Yeah, I believe in God. I'm Pentecostal. You know, I go to church, you know, when I can or whatever. But, yeah, I believe in God. And, you know, he don't make no mistakes and then none catch him off guard. He knew.
But let me go deeper. Let me go deeper here. When, like, you say you believe in God and all of that, but when you read the Bible and it says that homosexuality is an abomination, how does that make you feel?
The Bible contradicts itself. I still believe in God, you know, but... It's like I don't know if it's people in the world that made that stuff up, or I don't know what it is. I mean, I believe in God, but I do think that is a contradiction, because it's like, you know, like I said before, he made us, like, you know, and he know our beginning, you know, to the end, like before time was made. It's like he created us and stuff. So why would he make it's like, why would he make our lives with like these holes in it? If he knew being gay was wrong, it's like he already predestined to send me to hell if it's wrong.
Wow, that is a great point. Let me stay with me. I need you to keep your answers a little shorter, but that was great. I need you to stay on because I have another call here. And before I get to the other call, this is my man coming on. Before I get to the other call, I need you to answer this question for me real quickly. How did you even know what gay was at 4 or 5 years old?
I didn't know what it was until I got like around 9 or 10. People would be like, "Oh, that's gay." People would talk about it. It's like, okay, I'm gonna try to make this simple for you right here. Being gay is like, it's like you like men or like you like females or whatever. It's just the act of having sex. It doesn't determine who you are. The word gay is when you see a dude that's acting like a female. When you see a female that's acting like a dude, that's gay to me. And then I guess like the act of having sex with somebody of the same sex is gay. Wow. But it don't make you. It doesn't make you, like, we still human. We just like our feelings are directed towards the same sex. And people that don't feel what we feel, that don't know what we've been through, like the lady that called in earlier, shouldn't have nothing to say about it. Y'all don't know. It ain't, they don't understand. They don't know, so just leave it alone. Like, why y'all gotta, I don't understand that right there. That, like, that irked me, because like I said, when nobody sit up here and put on a show, I mean, this is what I feel, and I know there's other people out there that feel the same way I feel. So it's like they don't feel it. It's not for you. Thank God you like this, the opposite sex. But for the people over here, that's what we like. Now, I don't agree with, like, dudes that go out here and act like females and females that go out here and act like dudes. I don't believe in it. I don't know where that came from. I think that's something of the world.
Okay. Well, Jay, I got to move on, but I just want to say thank you, brother, for sharing your story. I appreciate it. You gave us valuable information on the topic. But now we must bring in the gangbuster of it all. The man that is probably the most opinionated and forcefully so in the game, my good friend. He just hung up. Damn it. That's all right. He gonna call back. I ain't gonna tell you who it was, but I'll let you know when he comes back. If you're just tuning in right now, Know-Homo, a comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood aspect of the human condition, homosexuality. And one more time, please go to my website. Please, please, please go to my website, ZoWilliams.com. Oh, he's back on the line? Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, good friend of mine, Louis Dix.
Homo. You better say Know-Homo on that.
What up, Lou?
What's going on? I'm an ass annihilator. Hey, man, that's a great show. It's a great show, though. Great show. Thank you for the show. Listening to it, really, it's touching. The lesbian girl was really touching.
Uh-huh.
I mean, but her tone was a little more interesting than the guy who just came. He seems like he's in more pain. She seems like she's more or less moving on, which shows the dynamics between men and women and how we handle those kind of pressures.
So, Lou, what do you think of, homosexuality? Do you think it's people are born that way? Do you think it's deterministic? They determine at some point they want to be gay. What do you think, Lou? What's going on?
I think we're at a point right now because it's so on the front page that we just don't have enough information yet. We just don't have enough detail. Most of the true details are the personal ones, like your story with your brother. I think the masses just don't have enough information so we can form an opinion, unlike polio or hiccups or, it's nothing. I don't mean to belittle it, but what I'm saying is we just don't have enough information to offer opinion. That's why a lot of the stuff that comes out is so ignorant and so offensive. And even the people who are receiving it, like the guy, he said it irked her. But see, the girl's tone, she seems like she was more receptive to explaining to you what types of different lesbians there were. Where this guy could not explain to you what kind of different gay guys there are, because he's just not there yet. So I think everybody's maturing to an understanding, and I think we just have to take a step back, and they have to accept that we're learning from them, and they're learning from us, and we have to have a serious tolerance to be able to begin this communication of when it's not so personal, when it's the next door neighbor, so I don't make fun of the next door neighbor. Because if it's in your house, you can make fun of it. You can joke. You can tease a gay person in your house because you love them and they know you. But outside, when it gets next door, it's different.
Wow. And we have somebody on Twitter right now. His name is Rob Hville or Rob Huntsville. He says, newsflash, gay men are not attracted to all men. They have their preferences and tastes too. What do you think of that, Louis?
Yeah, well, see, I think it's not such thing of attraction. It's a thing of persuasion or notice me. Men and women have that. When you walk in a room, you want women to notice you if you feel like you're a good-looking guy, or you might be shy, so you only want one person to notice you. Mm-hmm. But the reason we come outside is to be noticed, be said hello to, to be lifted up, to get out of that shell of, am I living? And the whole thing about living is you're going to engage people. And people don't know how to always engage each other. Like, say, for the flaming guys swishing up to you and you're straight heterosexual, well, I just haven't been trained to accept that yet. And I'm going to try to deflect it because I have to defend myself.
So, Lewis, do you... Yeah, I remember when you and B. Scott went at it. I was there in person. You went in on B. Scott. No homo.
Well, I kind of tried to meet the force with the force, because if you're out there, then let it be clear what it is.
Right.
Not because I'm attracted to you or anything, but just be clear so I can walk past and know. And if someone asks me, no, go ask him. I think it looks ridiculous for a man to be totally looking like a woman. Just go get the entire operation. You know, if that's what you want, but don't. I cannot placate to you wanting to be treated like a woman if you're not a woman in my eyes. And I'm not going to play that game. And I think a lot of times that's where you bump heads with really extra gay guys, because you can't treat them like a girl. I can't.
Wow, Lewis, you're giving me too much to go on. Is there a such thing as extra gay? Call me 855-369-9898. And my final question, Lewis, before I have to let you go, my final question is, do you think a broken nuclear family structure can, possibly aid in helping a person choose to be gay?
Well, yeah, I heard the Tonka truck story. I heard the Tonka, which I thought was funny. My man said take the dials out and get more Tonka trucks. And then the lesbian girl who spoke so well, she had a perfect family, quote unquote, whatever that is. And again, I just think it's your environment. Again, if you're molested, that might make you think one way. If it's heavy female, you might learn how to treat a woman as well as learn how to be a woman. So it's flip side. You absorb what you want, and what attracts you. Because think about it, we saw a lot of stuff going, and if it didn't attract you, you didn't have to apply to it. Now it seems like even if it doesn't attract me, I have to apply so I can understand it, and that's not the way it used to be.
Wow. Lewis, can I say thank you very much, man? I appreciate you reaching out, man. Thank you for tuning in. You're one of my best friends, man, in this game, and I appreciate you for sharing your information.
So I love you, no homo.
All right, Lewis, I'll see you tomorrow, bro. We're about to take another quick break, but when I come back, Keith, Nola, Cindy, Ahmad, and the rest of you guys who have been holding on, I really appreciate it. I'm getting to all of you. California, San Diego, North Carolina, Chicago, everybody's on deck. I'll be back in 2.2. Holla. Ladies and gentlemen, Zometheus Rising, the voice of reason, back in the building. Tonight's topic, No Homo, a comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood aspect of the human condition, homosexuality. Call me right now. Was that the gayest lyric of all time? I don't know. Should Biggie have wrote No Homo after after saying that? I don't know. Somebody call me and let me know what you think of tonight's topic. Follow me you got to follow me on Twitter, okay? Please tweet me. Follow me. These conversations are growing. Trust me. Everybody in the game is reaching out to me. Other radio shows, they need this content. Like I said, the NAACP reached out last week to help do this thing for Troy Davis, and I'm heartbroken because it didn't work out the way we wanted it to. But listen, man, whenever there's injustice, we got to fight. We got to fight. We got to fight. We can't sit idle. We're more powerful now than we've ever been before with technology and the internet and all of that. We cannot sit idle when injustice is around. So I'm using this platform to do topics like tonight's topic, No Homo, a comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood aspect of the human condition, homosexuality, as a jump-off point for a conversation that is much needed. We got to keep pushing the topics that we don't want to talk about. Call me right now, 855-369-9898. From Twitter, @Hollywood_is, definitely a learned behavior per your surroundings. @Queen_FatFat. Sometimes it depends on whether being gay is learned or not. My cousin has been gay since we were 5. I knew then he was different. And let me go back to my brother. My second oldest brother, who was the most masculine dude you'd ever want to know. You know, I'm telling you, this dude is 6'2", built like Karl Malone, and he's been that big since he was 15. He's 6'2", about 195 pounds. Just and he's the type of dude that don't lift weights, but buff. Never lifted weights, but cut up. It's just crazy. He told me, he was like, I knew he was different way back. Speaking of my oldest brother, I knew he was different way back when we was kids. I'd be outside boxing, you know, and he'd be inside with our older sister playing with dolls. So sometimes I guess you're born with, I just don't know. I'm still confused, but so what? I do believe that people get to be what they are. And I think the pressure of trying to be what other people think we should be is the thing that erodes us from the inside out. At Brizzle, I guess that's the term, Brizzy or Brizzy, at Brizzy, is there a difference between gay sex and being gay? You know, I don't know. I'm not the guy to ask. I don't know. At Gemini, Aggie, I guess, you're born who you are, but it's a realization on what that is, I guess. Yeah. I mean, we got a whole bunch of, you know, Twitter responses. You guys got to follow me at ZoWilliams. I still need you guys to go and get that T-shirt. Go to tinyurl, tinyurl.com/Zo Go Deeper T-shirts. And the way you spell T-shirts is not T-E-E. It's just T-shirts. So that's tinyurl.com/Zo Go Deeper T-shirts. Please support. Go to ZoWilliams.com. And also, you got to email me at zo@SiriusXM.com. I'm going to callers right now. Keith from California, talk to me. Keith. I got to move, Keith. Nola, San Diego, where are you? Let's go. Uh-oh. Now our call, I see our callers here. Well, this is what we're going to do. Until we get our callers rolling. Keith is with us? Okay, but until we get our callers, this is what I'm going to do. You do know that recently they just repealed the don't ask, don't tell, and that policy in the military. And I would love for some military people to call in and let us know what they think about that. In 1950, President Harry S. Truman signs the Uniform Code of Military Justice, which sets up discharge rules for homosexual service members. In 1992, a defense directive from President Ronald Reagan states that homosexuality is incompatible with military service. And people who engaged in homosexual acts or stated that they were homosexual or bisexual were discharged. Now, understand, there's been over 13,000 people discharged from the military because they let their sexual orientation be known. My question is, why does it even matter if you've taken up the commitment to defend your nation? And a lot of times the religious beliefs and all of those things come into play, and it kind of takes things to another level as far as judgment and condemnation. In 1992, presidential candidate Bill Clinton promises to lift the ban. And a year later, 1993, Don't Ask, Don't Tell is introduced as a compromise. Congress later inserts text in the bill that requires the military to abide by regulations set up in Ronald Reagan's defense directive. But in December of 1993, President Bill Clinton issues a defense directive that military applicants should not be asked about their sexual orientation. And I don't really see why they should ever be asked. I mean, listen, don't ask, don't tell, having it or not having it, to me seems redundant. Because do you ask or tell about heterosexuals? Like, is it on the application, you know, are you heterosexual? Like, why is don't ask, don't tell even a part of the game? I don't understand. Somebody call me, 855-369-9898. That's the number to dial. D from California, I'd like to speak to you. Do you have a point?
Hi, I've been listening to your show. I just came in like on the tail end for about half an hour or so. But my personal opinion, a lot of people may not like it, I just don't believe that you are born gay. I believe it's a learned behavior. It's just like saying someone that loves bestiality. Are they born loving animals? No. That's a learned behavior to me. I think it's a learned behavior to be a heterosexual. Children are born; they don't know. They're taught, okay, boys like girls or girls. It's something they mimic what they see. Sometimes I don't think it's something that what chromosome is the gay chromosome.
But D, nobody ever taught me to like a girl. I just do.
But mimic what you saw.
No, my dad. I ain't seen my daddy since 1978. I didn't see him.
But I'm pretty sure you saw when you went to church or when you went somewhere, you saw couples.
But can we believe what we see in church? Can we believe what we see in church? We see a lot of stuff in church that eventually turns out to be false.
This is true, but as a child, you're just going to look at who's happy. If you see a happy male and female, you're going to probably just more or less go with that. You talk to your parents, they're more or less going to say something like boys like girls, or you have this little talk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is where parents come in, where some of the influences are. I just don't believe that you just come out the womb gay.
So were you listening when I talked about androgens and progestin and all of these different hormones and how the genitals and all of that stuff is formed at the end of the pregnancy? And basically, until the end of the pregnancy, that's when gender is determined, and that's when the brain either gets masculinized or feminized, that most people are girls before they develop into boys. That's a genetic fact.
Okay, but I will say this. I just think that...
Okay.
I just don't think that you... Like I said, when you're born, you don't even know if you're supposed to like girls or boys. It's something that you see, you mimic, you're taught.
Wow. I love your point, D. Thank you. If there's anybody out there that agrees or disagrees, please, please, please call me right now. Everybody's call is appreciated, everybody's opinion, everybody's perspective. I'm not here to tell you what's right or wrong. I just want to see what you think about it. That's what makes it important to me. Use the platform to your benefit. That's why we're having this conversation. Know-Homo. A comprehensive look at the world's most misunderstood aspect of the human condition, homosexuality. If homosexuality was rarely seen before, where did the explosion of gay people come from? Because right now it just seems like, dun-dun-dun-dun, we're here. Ta-da. Somebody call me, 855-369-9898. Sean, Florida, your turn. Let's go.
Hey, so how you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. What's happening?
And what do you get when you have a gay or lesbian city where everyone is a gay or lesbian?
I don't know where this joke is going, but I don't know. Tell me.
Well, it's not a joke. The city doesn't grow. So everybody grows old and then they die. There's no reproduction.
It's the question of reproduction, right? Your question or your analogy is centered around reproduction, and we talked about that a little earlier when we said, is homosexuality and lesbianism's purpose on planet Earth to serve as some type of natural birth control? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, to me, to reproduce is the key to this world staying always growing. I mean, I love my little boy. I saw it when he was born. It is a beautiful thing. We have to reproduce. That's why God made a man and a woman.
So let me ask you this really quickly. If your son came out to be gay, turned out to be gay, how would you deal with it? If he came out the closet one day and said, hey, Dad, I'm gay, how would you deal with it? Would you still love him? Would you still embrace him?
The first thing I would do, though, I'd take him to a strip club.
You do what?
Yeah. I take him to a strip club. Me and him hanging out at a strip club.
You take him to a strip club?
Oh, yeah.
You think the clapping of asses would change him?
Man, I'll show him the beauty of a black woman.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. You could take me to the strip club now, just on GP. You know. Hey man, I appreciate the call. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hey, somebody else, if your son has come out and you want to share it, call me. How would you deal with it? Dads, how would you deal with it? If my son I got two sons. If either one of them came out gay, man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it real. I'd be heartbroken. because, just for me, I don't want him to be gay. Not that I'm against homosexuality or against gay people. Like I said, I got gay people in my family. And for the people who say somehow parenting is responsible, I got a gay uncle who had a mama and a daddy that was in the house all the time. And, it was a good, strong Southern family. You talk back, you get the Kool-Aid slapped out your mouth type of family. But he grew up, he became an opera singer and a pianist and a teacher and all kind of other stuff. And just so happens to be gay. So I don't think it's, just because, if you have a family or you don't have a family or a broken family, whatever. But, I'm not against it. I would just be a little heartbroken. But that wouldn't stop me from loving my son and accepting him and still riding with him, my sons, and still riding with them all the way through. That's just my opinion on it. Steven, Indiana, what do you have to say?
Hey, so what's going on, man?
I'm chilling, brother.
Hey, I wanted to comment on a lot of the people saying that they're born that way, and I kind of agree with the last lady that called, and I wanted to kind of give you a comment and then ask you a question. Okay. The thing about them being born that way is it seems like they recognize that it's something that's wrong, and so to make it so that they're not the ones that's doing the wrong, they're blaming it on something else. It's like when somebody says, the devil made me do it. They're kind of blaming it on somebody else. Mm-hmm. And, my question would be, if doing something wrong is okay because you're born that way, does that mean that I can then go out and kill somebody and say I was born a murderer?
Sounds really logical, but there are holes. Again, that's coming from the perspective that homosexuality is a pathological disease, like being a murderer is. Some people who wake up and say, I want to kill somebody, we consider them to be sick. There are a lot of people who may think homosexuality is a disease. I, on the other hand, don't think so. But there are some people that can argue that, because as you can send a person who is mentally ill to a psychiatrist or a counselor or some type of clinician to kind of work them through, some people believe you can do the same thing for homosexuality. I don't know those answers. I just know that this forum is here for you to talk about it. If homosexuality is learned, then how do we explain gay people who don't want to be gay or are ashamed of it? Wow. This stuff, it can go on and on and on. Let me just say, I'm ZoWilliams, the voice of reason. And I believe that people are born gay. I just believe that. I don't have any scientific evidence to back it up. There's a book out there called The Gay Gene. I think you should go check it out. There's all types of articles and information that scientists are now saying we're getting closer to the biological and chemical markers that say, homosexuality starts at a genetic level, at a biological level. There's compelling arguments for both sides. But what I think the argument lacks is respect and consideration of each side. When you have a young boy, Jamie Rodemeyer, kill himself because he was bullied to death, I think that's disrespectful to humanity. I don't care if he was gay. I don't care what you want to call him. I don't think you should do that to people. Be gay, live your life, do what you do. Now, if you get aggressive and start gang banging on me because I'm heterosexual, now we have a problem. Now we're at an impasse. I think homosexuals should respect heterosexuals and vice versa. But I don't think it's the homosexuals that are doing the lion's share of the disrespecting. If you agree or disagree, that's why this platform is open. I need you to follow me at ZoWilliams on Twitter. All of these conversations are ongoing. I want you to get my Go Deeper t-shirts. You can go to tinyurl.com/ZOGO Deeper t-shirts. That's tinyurl.com/ZoGo Deeper t-shirts. Please represent that. Go to my website, www.ZoWilliams.com. These type of conversations are ongoing. And if you want to email me questions, ideas, thoughts, opinions, I'm at zo@SiriusXM.com. I really appreciate all the callers and everybody who's reached out and shared their heartfelt experience. This is what we do on The Voice of Reason. Foxxhole Radio, the greatest radio platform in the world. Nobody brings these type of conversations and topics to the world like we do. I'm ZoWilliams, the voice of reason. And I will definitely see you next week. Peace.